Crown Jewel is in the books. Going to talk about the fallout from that. Your boys were at Dynamite. Going to talk about that. There's a lot of stuff going on in the wrestling world this week. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I am your host, Comic Book Bob. Joined as always by my good friend and co-host, Comic. Yeah, I'm sick today, guys. Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby. Let's go.
Yep. You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, talking about all news and wrestling. Follow us on social media, crawl below, and it's in the description as well. And it's been a hell of a week, man. It's election day here in the United States of America. Hope you guys went out and got it done early. And let's hope that everything goes well. But I did mine. I voted like 2 weeks ago, so I got that crap out of the way ASAP.
I went today, right there. There's my little sticker.
Yep. Hope everyone's well. Maldacito's first thing, he said, stuck in traffic, gotta pee. Wrestling Council's on, let's rock. Be careful, brother. Maybe stop off and take care of business. That way you're not freaking out. But as far as wrestling concerned, man, it was an interesting week. We went to Dynamite. It was actually one of the better Dynamites that they've had in a while. But it's always more fun when you're live.
Hell yeah.
It was a good show. Overall, there was a few things that was like, but we'll talk about that obviously. From Crown Jewel, some good, some bad there. Raw, pretty much the same way. But and then there are some interesting stories in wrestling coming out this week. But give it a second here, see if Johnny shows up this week and let everybody else slowly crawl in here. But you said it only took you 10 minutes to vote today?
Yeah.
Yes, dude, there's a lot of people that freaking throwing out horror stories. Like I know Ethan said that he was in line for like 5 hours. But then I think they said in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, there's like a bunch of shenanigans going on. People are having like issues with the voting machines and everything. It's the same bullshit that it's expected every friggin' year now. Who knows if it's real or if it's fabricated? Human incompetence is not necessarily a conspiracy theory, but you've had all this time to get this crap ready and you're screwing it up now, really. Yep. But hey, hopefully, like I said, everything goes well, and get out there if you're an American. Get out there and vote, man. This is the only time that you have a chance to make a difference. But should be I'm avoiding everything. I'm just gonna let it all happen. I'm not like my parents are like they're in the upstairs. They're like freaking out. I was hanging on every freaking. I was like, "What are you guys doing, man? You didn't give yourself a freaking ulcer. Just go about your day, eat your dinner, chill out, watch a nature documentary or something, man." But
yeah, it's gonna be a long day. So you're worried about it right now.
As I said, man, just chill out, relax, let it happen. But let me double check here and make sure that we're on X.
7 o'clock in Ohio. It's 4 o'clock on the West Coast. So
yeah, it's still it's still like on the West Coast. It's still like 3 hours left before the polls close and everything. So it's like, what the hell are you doing? But trying to make sure. Okay, we're up on X. Good deal. All right. Well, enough waiting. Dude, man, like I said, man, with everybody voting and everything, man, I didn't expect it to be a big turnout right now.
No.
There's going to be, because people got more important things to do than sit and listen to us watch wrestling, so they'll probably catch it on the replay. But Before we do that, let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, we're going to talk about Crown Jewel. We're going to talk about our experience at Dynamite and some of the other news and stuff that's going on in wrestling. Before that, we're going to get into our favorite segment, a little something we like to call The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is my turn, I do believe.
It is. It's an even number.
It is an even number, so it is your boys. So I'm going to try to not steal all the best stuff from your boy Frank here, and just go over a few things. So the good wrestling matches on both AEW and in WWE, man. Like I said, Crown Jewel is always kind of a controversial pay-per-view. I refuse to call it a PLE. But I think there was some good wrestling. There was some good storyline stuff going on. I know some people are really upset with the Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0. The way it finished, I think it was perfect. You've got, I mean, they've built Roman and the Bloodline, the OG Bloodline up to be so dominant over the last 4 years. You've got to do something to make Solo and his bunch, seem legit. And getting a win like they did, that does that. And I think the booking was perfect. I personally think the booking was perfect. Now clearly, we all know where this is headed. Sami Zayn came down to make the save afterward. They're looking to they're going to establish the original, the OG 4 Bloodline members versus the Bloodline 2.0, and we're going to get War Games.
War Games, yeah.
War Games. They better freaking have him come out and say it. Damn it. It seriously, it's iconic. It has to happen. Okay? It has to happen.
War Games of War Games. War Games. War Games.
War Games. Damn it. I love that dude. I miss him so much. But yeah, so I thought the way that they booked that match was perfect. Bronson Reed versus Seth Rollins was great. The only criticism I have of that is I'm of the opinion that finishes should be protected. And when you have a dude kick out of not one finisher, but 3, granted, he's supposed to be a monster, but at the same time, I'm like,
I think the wrong man won that match, though.
You think should have been Bronson?
Yep,
I do too. I think the wrestling match itself was fantastic. I do think that Seth at this point, Seth can eat a loss and it's not going to hurt him. And I think they still need to continue building up. Yeah, freedom. They still need to continue building up Bronson Reed, but I thought it was one of the better matches on the show. And Gunther versus Cody was great. I thought that was a fantastic match. I would have personally. I know why Cody went over, because Cody is the main champion. He's got the belt that's got the pedigree. But again, I think Cody could have eaten a loss here, and I don't think it would have hurt him. But so that was my good. My bad. Okay. The glaring bad thing on Dynamite was how AEW handled Camille. The match between Camille and
Statlander.
Chris Statlander. I think having a short match was better because it basically allowed them to just be 2 bulls in the ring. I don't have a problem with the length of the match. I know some people that they said they should have got more time. Them just being there, being mastodons, I think was a good idea. They're 2 of the biggest women in professional wrestling. I don't like the way they've handled Camille. Camille over the last 6 months should have been murking people. If they really wanted to build her up, and they should have, they should have had her just absolutely running roughshod over everybody. And the way that match ended and the way that Mercedes treated her afterwards, if she doesn't break away from Mercedes immediately and then go on a freaking tear, they've mishandled Camille completely. Conversely, the way WWE is handling Raquel Gonzalez, she's pretty much in the exact same boat. Raquel Gonzalez is a friggin' powerhouse. And they've got her running like a scared little bitch from Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. You're trying to build her up as a credible threat. Why is she running away from two people that she's actually just as big, if not bigger than? It doesn't make any damn sense. So that's my bad. The ugly, and this is a really important one, guys. Dutch Mantel, a 50-year veteran of professional wrestling. He's been in every friggin' role that you can possibly think of. He's been in every company that you can think of. He and his wife, Kathy, are both in very, very bad condition medically. Both of them are suffering from various types of sepsis. And this is something that they've been dealing with for like a year or two now. And they're at the point now where they've rated their savings. They've burned through everything they've got. They've burned through all their help from their insurance. And they're in a situation. So a GoFundMe has been set up to help them pay their bills. You can find the link to that in the description. And it's pretty sad. This happens to a lot of professional wrestlers, especially the guys from the older generation. They start getting up in years, and they just don't have the financial resources. I know that certain organizations like the Cauliflower Alley Club exist to help guys like that. Hopefully he's getting some kind of help in that. They've also, the area that they live in was devastated by the hurricanes. And it's just, they're in bad shape. Now, apparently Dutch is starting to recover. He was in the hospital for about a month. But his wife is in even worse shape than he is. So keep them in your thoughts and your prayers. If you can, go over to that GoFundMe, donate 10, 15 bucks. I went over and did that today. And hopefully, God's looking out for them and they'll make it through this. But that's my GBU. Frank, what you got, brother?
My good. AEW Dynamite said your boys were at it on Wednesday over here at the Convocation Center in Cleveland.
Good time.
Good time. Good matches, starting off with Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews.
That match was so good. Buddy Matthews. Dude, the whole friggin' House of Black. Those guys are top shelf, man.
That was a banger of a match to start off the night, and did not disappoint. You got new AEW Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
Rob didn't. The man, he didn't think they would win.
I didn't think they would.
He thought they would split up Private Party, and lo and behold, they are your new tag team champions, and they deserve it.
Yep, I'm good with being wrong, man. They got the belts off the Bucks. They're hopefully going to move that. Apparently, they're going to kill that storyline. The corporate Bucks thing is going to, which they need to.
And probably, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And probably the best of the night was the introduction of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
To the AEW roster.
Came out and looked like a freaking beast.
They didn't show it on camera, but he was out there posing and high-fiving with fans after the camera stopped rolling. And he just he enjoyed his time there.
Yeah. Apparently, somebody told me that because I haven't watched the broadcast back. Someone told me that they said the crowd didn't sound like they were into him. I was like, dude, you were there, dude. They lost their crap. That crowd went nuclear. When he came out of there, and dude, the whole thing. Anybody who thought that when him and MVP and Shelton Benjamin jumped ship and went over to AEW, that they're going to get lost and shuffled, dude, the reaction that they got through the whole night,
yeah,
dude, they were over, man. They were cheering for MVP and Shelton just as much as they were cheering for Swerve, if not more so.
Oh yeah.
And MVP was eating it up, dude. He was just playing to that crowd. It was awesome. Those guys are just so good, man. And watching, and even though Shelton Benjamin took the pin, dude, the way he looked in that match, that's how he should have been used in WWE when he came back.
Now, it did confuse the fans, including myself, when the lights went out for Lashley, which didn't make sense. Because when you see the lights go out, it's usually the House of Black. But
yeah,
so I'm not sure what happened with that. But yeah, Lashley was having fun. Had trouble getting his jacket back on there. Probably just threw it down. And if you still have the broadcast saved, DVR, whatever, if you haven't watched it yet, we're on the camera side. So if you go up, you'll see a guy, I think it's a row or two in front of us, has a sign up, and I'm 2 seats behind him. I'm wearing the red Wrestling Council shirt.
Yep. We were on camera a couple times.
Rob's this side of me because he had the aisle seat. I'm right next to him, but 2 rows up behind this guy with the sign. On the, if you're looking at it, it's on the right side of the screen. Yep. You'll see Rob and I.
Yeah. If you look close, you can catch your boys. I'll tell you what, though, it's a good thing because I usually bring the sign. You know, that big old sign is right back there. You can see the tip of it right there. It's a good thing I didn't, though, man, because they said if the same thing wasn't on both sides of the sign, or you didn't have something on both sides of it, they took it away from me and threw it away. And I'm like, dude, you ain't taking my damn sign. I'd have had to go home. Yeah, we've had this sucker since day one. So
there are people in line writing stuff on the back of their signs because they told them if it didn't have something on both sides, they were taking it from you.
Because they didn't want somebody sneaking in and writing something inappropriate on there. So I can kind of understand that, especially in 2024.
And they held true to that because we were walking in and there was a garbage can with signs man, inside the garbage can that they wouldn't let in.
Yep.
But I will say the merch they had there was not the best.
And hopefully that's something they're going to change because that kind of sucks.
But it was a good show overall. They did Rampage after the fact. Not bad. But overall, really good show. I did a great job with it. My bad. I'm not sure where they're going with Bronson Reed. I would have liked them to continue the monster buildup. You know, I mentioned it in your GBU. I thought the wrong person won that match.
Yeah.
I thought it should have been Reed to keep pushing his monster push. Hopefully, it does do any, like you said, doesn't do any good. Seth Rollins doesn't need to win.
No.
If you want to push Bronson, should have put him over Seth Rollins. That's my personal opinion. I thought that should have happened. I agree with you with Camille. I don't know what the heck. I know they're setting up Statlander versus Mercedes.
Yeah, which is fine.
It is fine, but the whole thing with Camille, like you said, should be running rush shot over people, just laying waste,
killing people. And in that match, they could have had that match end in like a DQ or something. You know, you don't have to. She's wrestled. I don't think she's wrestled 5 matches.
No,
since she got there, and she's a monster, dude. She should be murdering people. And the fact that she's playing second fiddle to Mercedes, who doesn't need it, 2, you're gonna have her get treated like a lackey. This is at least when Wardlow was working for MJF, they legit made him look like a beast. But hey, they're not using Camille well. They're not.
No. And Mercedes, quit talking. Quit talking,
dude.
Oh.
She is. I'll tell you what. She's never been a great promo. She's been okay, but you know, WWE obviously was writing all of her stuff for her. Whoever's writing, and apparently somebody's writing for her now in AEW. Whoever's doing it, you're not doing a very good job.
No.
because her promo work in AEW has been dog crap. And just get in the damn ring and wrestle, because that's where you shine. And get somebody else writing that promo, because man, yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. And my ugly is another injury. Broken orbital socket for Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
Not sure how long it's going to take for her to be out, but obviously that kills the. I mean, I'm sure they can bring her out with a face mask or eye patch or some crap like that they've done before with other wrestlers, but sort of kills momentum with her and Damian Priest together, and then her versus Liv Morgan.
Yeah. Who else? There's a couple other people got injured. I know Carl Anderson had surgery.
Yeah.
So he's out for a while. From what I understand, the surgery went well. Somebody, I'm trying to remember. I know somebody else had like a wrist injury or something. Angel Garza. Angel Garza's out with a wrist injury. So yeah, speedy recovery to them. Injuries happen. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a rough industry, man.
Yeah. Bumps and bruises.
Yep.
It happens.
But
that's my GBU. And again, congrats to new tag champions. Private Party.
Yep. It was a really good match too, man. Most of the wrestling on that show was great. Most of the promos were great. Again, hopefully David Smith. Was that another injury? Smith.
Maybe.
Oh, wait, was that? No, I think maybe he. David Smith. Why is that? That name's ringing a bell, man. You're not talking about Davey Boy Smith, are you?
His son.
Yeah. He didn't pass away, did he? What? No. I was like, wait, I saw something. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Title win in New Japan, Bob. What?
Oh. Title win in New Japan. Okay, yeah.
Come on, New Japan boy. What are you doing? Not keeping up with that?
I haven't watched any New Japan in the last couple of weeks. So,
you fall and bump your head. What are you doing?
Well, dude, I mean,
you're always New Japan.
What do you want me to tell you, man? But
you're New Japan for life, brother.
Yeah. But I completely forgot about that. I was giving good news. Sorry, man. A new NWA territory, yeah. But the only New Japan thing I caught part of what was it, Power Struggle, and I saw Kenny Omega come back. I saw Ricochet come out and attack Zack Sabre Jr. And I saw that Kenny might be wrestling Gabriel. He's going to be wrestling Gabriel Kidd probably either at Wrestle Dynasty, or I would prefer to see him at Wrestle Kingdom, because Wrestle Kingdom is on the 4th and then Wrestle Dynasty is on the 5th. It's basically it's a 2-day thing, but instead of it both 2 days being Wrestle Kingdom, they just changed the second day to Wrestle Dynasty. But and I don't know. I mean, I don't know about him returning on New Japan rather than returning at AEW. So we'll see. Did you guys see Memphis Pro Wrestling? I did not catch the Memphis Pro Wrestling show. I got to start looking around to see if I can find a place. I've seen clips, but I didn't see the show itself. I want to though, because everyone I talked to said it was freaking great. But okay. Sorry about that. Like I said, guys, I'm under the weather right now. So, but moving on, we'll go ahead and get into this. But before we do that, get into our other segment. A little something we call Who Better Than Randy Orton? Yeah, Gresham. I knew Gresham was there. I think I got a good one this week. So, like I said, usually what we do is we try to pick when we do the who Better Than Randy Orton. We try to pick somebody from somebody from the golden generation, from the golden era wrestling, somebody from like the Attitude Era on up, and then somebody current. So, my pick this week of who better than Randy Orton, the Iron Sheik. Is the Iron Sheik better than Randy Orton? This is a good one, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. The Iron Sheik, man. Because, there's not a lot of people. I mean, like younger generation, they may not, they may not know him very well, but he had a huge impact, man.
I don't know. So, help put Hulkamania on the map.
Yep. He was the WWF World Heavyweight Champion. He's the guy that defeated Bob Backlund. He's the one that lost the title to Hogan. That kind of started Hulkamania. He was a 3-time WWF Tag Team Champion. He was a heavyweight champion in multiple promotions. NWA television champion. The guy had a big footprint, and he was freaking hilarious. The dude was awesome.
Is Iron Sheik better than Randy Orton?
Yeah. Is he better than Randy Orton? Now, depending on your criteria, he might be, he might not.
I would say yes.
You think he was better? He was better than Randy Orton?
Yeah.
Now, what's your criteria? Do you think he was better in the ring, or do you think he just had a bigger presence in professional wrestling?
Bigger presence. Again, it's the era he was in. He was the one that set Hulkamania.
Yeah.
And
he was that catalyst.
Yeah. He was right person at the right time.
Yeah. Yeah. He was.
I think if it's Backlund, I don't think it has as big of an impact as Iron Sheik.
Well, and definitely because Backlund was such a patented babyface at the time. He was like fresh. He was fresh faced. Opie from
Andy
Griffith show. Like, I mean, he was just mom and apple pie level friggin' babyface. So you couldn't have Hogan beat him. You needed that diabolical villain, man. So and he fit that in spades, man. And in an era when the whole thing in the Middle East was really starting to catch people's attention and bad thing, he leaned into that shit, man. He was he was a character, man. He has that. I don't know if you guys follow his Twitter, but obviously he passed away, and I think it's a member of his family that's taking care of his Twitter now.
Yeah. And even his time with Nikolai Volkov.
Yep. 3-time W Tag Team Champions.
His time as Colonel Mustafa.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, he was definitely a character, man.
Yeah.
Me personally, I agree. I think he was better than Randy Orton. Which is a bold statement because, like I said, Randy. The reason why we do this segment is because Randy's got a big footprint, especially in the last 20 years. But I think the Iron Sheik is just one of those guys that, right along with he had those feuds with Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, and I think that was another big thing too, is that Bob Backlund. I don't think Bob Backlund would have lost to Hogan. I think he would have refused. So, but yeah, okay. Next one, Jeff Jarrett. Double J, Jeff Jarrett. Is Jeff Jarrett better than Randy Orton?
JFFJARRE
Yep. Sure. Yeah.
Got the stroke.
Yep.
Kept the guitar swinging alive, going after Honky Tonk Man.
Yep.
But I agree with leg kick. I think Orton's better than Jeff Jarrett. Now,
Okay,
Jeff Jarrett, wrestling. I mean, Jeff Jarrett, promoter, business outside of the ring.
Goddamn, all right.
No, bathroom visit time is a guy who got released by WWE, Mr. Baron Corbin.
Oh my God, man. Jeff is better because of all his impact outside of wrestling. Well, like I said, man, it depends on your criteria. You know, it completely depends on your criteria. So
yeah, I'm just going by if I just go by in-ring work and all that stuff like that, Orton's better than Jarrett.
I think overall Orton is better than Jarrett as well. I think Jarrett's going to be one of those guys, a lot like Tommy Dreamer, who was decent, had a decent impact in the ring, has had a much bigger impact outside of it. Much bigger impact outside of it. And I think that's Jeff Jarrett. I think Jarrett's going to be, and I still think he's one of those guys that behind the scenes does a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you on that one. And this one's going to be interesting. Last one. I say about who is better, Orton or Nick Bockwinkel. Ooh, that, you know what? Hey, don't answer that. I'm going to save that one. I'll use that next week. Let me make a note of that.
Jot that down.
Yeah, Nick Bockwinkel. But for this week, the last guy on the list here, who better than Randy Orton? Jon Moxley. Is Jon Moxley better than Randy Orton? Guys, one of the things you got to remember too is, I think Moxley's about 5 or 6 years younger than Randy.
I think so.
So, and neither one of their careers is over, because Randy's 44 and Moxley, I think, is 40. No, he's 38. So he's 6 years younger yet. So he's going to be around a little bit longer than Randy. Orton or Dusty Rhodes? Oh, Dustin Rhodes. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll type that one down too. Yeah, I think you'll like that too. But what do you think? Is Mox better than Randy Orton?
I think Jericho and Cody Rhodes got it started, and Moxley has been the building block that AEW has had for the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's the guy that Tony Khan goes to when he needs somebody to prop the company up. I do think that Tony maybe goes to the well with him a little too often. But you can't, and I personally think, just from a professional wrestling standpoint, I do think Randy is a little bit better in the ring than Moxley is. But I think Moxley is actually a little bit better at telling a story in the ring. And I think that's because Moxley is willing to do damn near anything.
Right. And I have to agree with Maldacito. Mox gets over everywhere. Mm-hmm. Randy's only been one WWE. Place. Moxley's been in Japan. He's been
Yeah.
multiple different companies in the States. He'll go anywhere, do anything. And it's tough, but I would go with Moxley over Orton.
Yeah. Like I said, I think Moxley has it and actual wrestling over Randy. Okay. I could say I think Randy's a little more polished in the ring. I think Moxley though is like Mox is one of those guys. Like I said, I think he's a little bit better at telling a story in the ring. He's also one of those dudes that can literally work with damn near with pretty much anybody and just do what needs to be done. I think Moxley is a little bit better than Randy. We'll see what happens at the, when their careers are both done and we see where they stack up. But Moxley being 6 years younger, I think his impact, especially since he went to AEW and New Japan, I think his impact has spread further than Randy's has. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. I think Moxley is one of those guys that just clicks with just regular people. I think his willingness to go from a friggin' stadium show like All In, where you've got between 50 and 80,000 people, to a friggin' GCW show where you've got 500 people. His willingness to do that is I think that adds to his appeal to people.
Right.
Oh, yep. Leg kick. It's Moxley's style though, Bob. Randy puts out a more refined character. Moxley's more of a street fight Austin type. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's on the same level as Austin, but I think you're right. I think he appeals to your regular to your average person more. I think, I do think that, people who do like that more refined style maybe don't like him as much. But the thing is Mox can work a style like that too. He did that in WWE. But I think when you just let him be who he is. Oh, I think Frank is working on his camera or something like that. But yeah, I think Moxley gets a lot of crap too that he doesn't deserve. But here we go.
There you go.
There you go, brother. You had to reset your camera?
Oh no, I forgot. I had to go grab something because if you want to do a solo over me,
oh yeah, hang on. Slow it out. The floor is yours. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, I forgot to grab mine.
Forgot to give this to Rob the other day. I got these from Pro Wrestling Tees.
That's dope, man. That's definitely going on the wall.
2 of only 50. One for me, one for the comic book Bob.
I've come here.
This one, they think they've got the answers. I changed the questions.
Yeah, boy. One of the best talkers in the business. The rowdy one, Roddy Piper. Dude, I love Piper, man. Moxley would have been a lot of fun in ECW back in the 90s. A feud with him and Tommy Dreamer or Raven would have been cool, or Sabu. Dude, Moxley in ECW would have been bonker shit. Yeah, Orton has been in 2 organizations. Moxley has been in and there's something to be said for a guy that's a journeyman like Moxley is, where you can go into any company and just work.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think Moxley is just a little bit better than Randy Orton right now. Where they end up in both their careers are over, we'll see. I think Moxley, just like I said, man, the guy can work any style, any company, and like I said, he's him being the big bad in AEW right now makes sense. Hey, Piper's son is in pro wrestling. That will be an interesting match. I haven't actually seen any matches with Piper's kid. Have you seen anything with him, Malcita? Is he any good? Leave a comment in there. Let me know what you think of him. But okay, let's go ahead. We've buried the lead long enough. Let's get into Crown Jewel and the fallout from that and where we think they're going to go. And then just going to do that real quick. And then Frank's going to do a rundown of AEW Fright Night Dynamite. Crown Jewel. like I said, always a controversial pay-per-view. I refuse to call it a PLE. Overall, I think it was a good show. I think the wrestling was really good. I personally like the booking that they did in that show. I know why some people, I know like some people disagree with it, but I think they're building. I think Hunter's cooking right now, and I think he's building it well. Real quick, just go into it. This is in no particular order, guys, because I know some of these happened before others. I believe we started off with the Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0.
Yep.
Roman Reigns and the Usos versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu. I thought this was really well done. I think they made Roman look just as powerful as he has, but they also added that element of you just don't know when that fourth guy is going to step in and cause problems. There's still some miscommunication between him and Jay. And then obviously you add the drama of Sami Zayn coming in at the end. And I felt like Solo going over in this helped to establish him as a more credible threat. So I thought this was perfect. I thought the booking in this was perfect. So, and I don't know if you want anything you want to add to that.
No. I agree with you.
Yep. And so I thought that was great. The women's match, Belair and Cargill versus Jackson and Legend, Sky and Sane versus
Green and Evan.
Yep, Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. It was a filler match. You know, there was there to be there. That being said, it wasn't bad. It was a decent match. I think the payoff on Raw was better. Okay, WWE needs to do two things. Okay, I understand that the two biggest storylines they have going right now are the Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0 and the, Liv and Dominic Judgment Day thing. I understand. Those are the two biggest storylines in WWE right now. You don't have to insert everybody into that and then end up sacrificing them, because I feel like that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen to Jade and Bianca. To get them split up, it's going to be Jade and Bianca versus Judgment Day with Raquel and Liv. That's what's going to end up breaking them up. Why can't you just do a storyline outside of that with them and somebody else, and then help give somebody else some airtime and help build them up a little bit? Liv and Raquel don't need more build up. Okay, they're already Liv is already at the top of the card. Okay, and it's just not everything has to be Bloodline Judgment Day. So, but at the end of the day, Belair and Cargill retained the tag titles. They during the on Raw, they had the number one contenders the number one contenders battle royal. They teased them a breakup there again. I think Io Sky winning that was perfect, and I think the way they did the tease for the breakup there was way better. Crowd at the Crown Jewel, I think the women's match was the weakest element. Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. We already talked about this. Great match. I feel like Bronson needed to win more than Rollins did. I don't like that Bronson kicked out of 3 freaking curb stomps. You just have him kick out of 1 is enough. And I don't particularly like it when people kick out of someone kicking out of a finisher should be very rare and far between.
Yes,
but it was a fantastic match. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. This is probably the best match that Nia Jax has had. To be fair, I'm so sick and tired of them teasing Tiffany Stratton cashing that
Tiffy time.
I'm so yeah. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he got busted open hard way, I think.
Yeah,
when Bronson busted his eye open. But I'm so sick of them teasing this damn catching. This would have been the perfect time to do it. Why didn't you do it? So, whatever, man. This was, and now that I think about this, this was probably especially with the finish, it was probably the weakest match. And then, because I mean, literally, they had Liv Morgan talk about how her last match she beat Nia Jax. So the drama just wasn't there. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. I mean, these are two of the best that you're gonna have. I don't think this was their best match, but I think it was fine. It's really good. Randy won as we expected. So, honestly, it didn't really feel like a match because it ended up with a no contest because it never actually officially started because it was just brawling. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. I think the guild is off the lily with LA Knight. I think they should have taken that belt off him and put it on Andrade.
Yeah,
I think Andrade is a much better performer, and you got to do something with that belt, man. Carmelo Hayes, I think, would have been a good choice as well, and he's expressed his frustration. Him and his tag partner, and I get it, man. We all thought he was going to get a big push a long time ago, and he didn't. So, but yeah, good. It was a really good match. I mean, you got and the guys, and then you had two of the best in there, and then you had LA Knight. But yeah, I would have put the belt on Andrade personally. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. I mean, it's Gunther and Cody Rhodes, man. Come on. It's a great match. I personally feel like Cody could have eaten the loss on this, and I think it would have intensified the drama with him going forward that he got beat. And I think helping to continue to establish Gunther as that top pinnacle guy who takes wrestling super seriously. That being said, it's a great match. They went the safe way with it, and it was probably a good way to end the night. Overall, not the best show that they've ever done. I'd give it like a 3 stars out of 5.
Yeah,
it was a solid B.
And Morgan and Rhodes get to take home their participation rings.
That thing, that was almost my ugly was that friggin' belt. First of all, did you see Liv holding that thing? The belt's bigger than her. That thing is awful looking. It's the gaudiest thing in the world. That dude, the ring, it looked like something a pimp would wear. Dude, it's so bad. I want to know who's designing those rings and those belts. Those belts, this is the ugliest damn belt I've ever seen. Okay, that's one that everyone people talk crap about the AEW World Championship belt, saying that it's too big. Dude, put that thing next to that thing. It's it dwarfs it. Those things were so. Dude, Cody put that belt on, and it literally almost came up to his nipples. That belt was it's like 3.5 feet high. Oh God, I don't know. It might the old Mid-South title. That thing was really tall too. But I think this one's bigger. It's ugly. It's ugly. It's gaudy as hell. And then the ring looked like he had a softball on his finger. It was just, oh my God, dude. That's the kind of ring, that's the kind of ring MJF should have when he's punching people.
Oh,
forget the diamond, the diamond ring, man. That friggin' thing, that thing's the size. Like I said, man, you hit someone with that thing, you're gonna kill them. Yeah, dude, it looked like the bumper of a freaking car. It's so bad. Oh my God. All right. And then, like I said, Raw, the fallout from there. I think they did the Belair Cargill stuff way better. New Day versus War Riders. Just give the tag titles to War Riders already.
Raiders.
Raiders, yeah. Sami Zayn. I love Sami. The drama set up with Sami and Bloodline. Obviously, we know where they're going. My boy Dragon Lee got a friggin' win, dude.
Yeah.
And probably the best match of the entire night when him versus Chad Gable. I feel so bad for Chad Gable, dude. He's just being used. And then the 4-way. I mean, what did Priest really need to win? I mean, what are they going to do? It's going to be him and Gunther all over again. So,
yep. Hopefully, they're setting up because next week's supposed to celebrate the 10 years of New Day.
Yeah.
It'll be the beginning of it'll be the breakup.
I think the breakup's going to happen, but I think, and when the match, dude, I want Dragon Lee versus everybody, man. Dude, Dragon Lee is the shit. And it pissed me off because I knew as soon as he went to WWE, I'm like, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get a bag, but he's gonna get relegated to basically he's gonna fill the role that Ricochet left, and he's too good for that, dude. He's too good for that. But it is what it is. All right, Frank, hit us with Dynamite, brother.
Didn't like your ookie spooky Miz being kidnapped by the White Six.
Are they gonna have zombies eat him again? Okay.
Who knows?
Well, the Lucha Brothers are a tag team, so it'll be a little bit better. But yeah, they're going to be basically in the same position that the Street Profits are in right now, which is they're going to be used to enhance everybody else. But yeah, hit us with Dynamite, my brother.
Dynamite. Hey, there's some good stuff in there. Some funny stuff. We had a Boom Boom Colt Cabana. Boom Boom.
Yep.
versus Satnam Singh.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something, man.
That was hilarious.
Dude, that match was friggin' that match was first off, Justin Roberts coming out dressed in a costume
Pee Wee
Herman. That was friggin' awesome. Colt Cabana coming out with a match against Satnam Singh. That's exactly how you should do Satnam Singh too, man. Because he's not particularly great in the ring. But you put someone like Colt in there who's a character. And you just have him kind of have just a fun, goofy match.
Yeah,
that's the kind of humor stuff I can deal with.
And Jay Lethal was hilarious.
Jay Lethal's awesome. I don't know why he doesn't get used, but he should have been a mid-card champion by now at least.
But Satnam Singh going up there with his hands doing the doing a knuckle lock.
Yeah, and then freaking Colt's like jumping, trying to reach it. Then he goes over to the ropes and he steps up on the ropes to get him. Dude, Omos. I think Omos is better. Personally, this match though, I think they probably put it on AEW's YouTube channel or something like that. I'm sure because it was before they started recording, before the show. But that was funny, dude, man. Like especially when he starts when Colt's arguing with Jay, he's like, "This is bullshit. You get in here. You fight him, man." So that was fun.
It was really fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, it was a great way to start it off because it was so freaking hilarious. Like we didn't expect Colt Cabana to be out there, and
it was good to see him again.
It was. He's like he knew what's gonna happen before he even started, but it's like this is still fun to watch it. Starting off, like I said. Well, first off, start with the Orange Cassidy promo.
Mm-hmm.
Challenging Jon Moxley for the belt at Full Gear, which is the next pay-per-view on the 23rd, which is in 18 days.
Yeah. Good promo. There ain't no way in hell he's winning.
No.
But it was a good promo. It was good to see some drama coming out of that. I think what's going to happen is they're going to run roughshod over everybody for like 2 or 3 months. Then in January, when Kenny comes back, he's going to come back and he's basically going to put together a new team. I think the Bucks will probably be involved in that as well.
Yeah. That's where it's going right now, I think.
I think so, yeah. I think that's why the Bucks left. And we're going to get it the mid card's going to get killed and then a team of their top guys are going to come back and challenge the BCC.
Yeah, and hopefully be good slobber knocker.
Yeah.
First match, as I said, Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews.
This match
Great way to start us off. Really good.
Dude, there are people shitting on this match.
Why?
I don't know, man. It's like the storytelling in it was freaking great. And now, admittedly, I think it would have been, because here's the thing. MJF said he would face the person who gets the 3 wins first. He didn't say they had to be consecutive wins. Okay. And why you keep sacrificing the House of Black to other people is just drives me freaking crazy. Malachi Black, I said Malachi Black, which is the next guy in line. That guy should have been the IN champion and fought for the world title at least once by now. They're too good for them to be using him this way. And this match, man, was damn, it was bonker shit. And the way the storytelling with like Cole's ankle, like where he was afraid to throw the super kick at first, and then Buddy was just working that friggin' leg over. Dude, Buddy Matthews is so good, man. He's so good. That's the way I would do it, man. I'd have Kenny and Ibushi come back, the Bucks come back, and then Okada. That's the group I would put together. But are they going to do that? I don't know.
Yeah, really good match. And then Adam Cole went to shake Buddy's hands. The lights go out, come back on, and he's shaking hands with Malachi Black.
Which, again, the match will be fire. I don't want them to sacrifice Malachi. I think it would be better if he actually lost. Build some drama, have Cole lose a match, because we all know what's going to happen. Roderick and him are going to be tied, and then it's going to be him versus Roderick to get that third win, to see who's going to face Max, and then the Kingdom's going to turn on Cole.
Yep.
That's exactly what's going to happen. But between now and then, you could build some stuff up, man. So,
yeah, and then you had Kyle Fletcher come out and Mark Davis, who's been out for over a year, close to a year.
Yeah. Dude, he looked like a freaking bum though. he had that freaking wife beater that was like down to his freaking like past his thighs. I love that. Dude, I love that. I hope they don't have him versus Kyle. I hope they have him like conflicted, and then he basically turns on Ospreay, and you get Aussie Open back together. Because Kyle being able to do singles matches and tag matches, I really think, because Aussie Open was a fantastic tag team.
Oh yeah.
I really hope that's the way they're going.
And then you had Hangman come out and talk about his match with Jay White for Full Gear. So there's another match we have set up.
Yeah, and then his promo was great.
It was really good. Followed up with finally the BCC comes out and just teases turning on Wheeler Yuta, which brings out Orange Cassidy, and everybody else comes out. Dork Order comes out.
Yeah, it took the entire mid card for them coming out and chase them off. Well, and your new tag team champions before they actually won the belts, and then
Top Flight comes out. All these other guys come out and just scrum.
Cool.
Rob's alarm's going off.
Yeah,
dinner time. Just a scrum breaks out, and then it sets up, as you said, the
Bucks versus
tag team championship match, Private Party versus Young Bucks.
Yeah, great match, and I like how the Bucks tried to take advantage of them getting beat up a little bit before the match started. That's a heel thing. That's a great heel thing to do.
Yeah, and I can't remember if it was Matt or Nick. One of them lost their shoe.
Yeah.
in the middle of the match.
No, and that actually brought some people were talking about that. It's like, what do you think about people wearing tennis shoes instead of wrestling shoes?
Whatever's comfortable. I mean, to me, it's what's comfortable and what you prefer. I mean, do you need to have these laced up, strapped up, big ass boots? What are you comfortable with wearing out there?
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you, I think if you're gonna wear tennis shoes, man, you need to make sure them suckers are on there.
Yeah.
But top.
You got freaking Matt Riddle out there with flip flops. Okay.
Well, yeah, but then he wrestles barefoot. He comes on and kicks him off. So
kicks him off into the crowd.
I don't know if I could, dude, man. That's a good way to bust a toe, man.
But yeah. So the Young Bucks are out there. Lose a shoe. The one guy gets hit with a ring bell underneath the ring, blading himself. They tease the possible breakup because I can't remember which one hit his partner with the ring bell.
What's his name? Quinn.
Quinn blast Cassidy with the ring bell by accident.
Which they did a great job of teasing that they might break up. I think everybody thought they were breaking up. I did.
Oh, yeah. They're like, was he really gonna reach out and take that tag from Quinn? He did, and then you got Okada coming out and laying out. Was it Quinn he laid out?
Dude, then the way Okada just starts backing down like that thing with a smile on his face. He's like, he just, dude. I love heel Okada. I do think that they're making him a little too goofy, but I was laughing my friggin' butt off at that segment.
And just back and forth. Finally gets back to the ring and
talk about your near falls, man. 2.99999 on that last one.
But hell of a match. And again, hats off, well deserved to Private Party being a new tag team champions. Whether you like the match or not, maybe you're a fan of the Young Bucks, maybe you're not.
Hey, they're great in the ring, man.
Give the rub to Private Party. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and I like the fact that at least it seems like Tony Khan is starting to move away from just booking his favorites. And letting some of these other guys see what they can do because Private Party, man, they've gotten a lot better. They've gotten a lot better. Top Flight's gotten a lot better. Just got to find the right gimmick for them.
Yeah.
But hopefully this is a good sign for tag team wrestling in AEW.
Let's hope it is,
because they still have the best. They still have the deepest tag team division in professional wrestling.
Then your favorite was out next. The Ring of Honor champion, Chris Jericho.
Dude, this...
which hopefully it leads to a new TV contract.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason I can think of them. One, taking the belt off of Mark Briscoe, and putting it on Jericho to lend legitimacy, trying to get this contract signed or whatever. And
they're talking, it might be on True TV. That's a rumor I heard.
Yeah.
And then, because Jericho promises to take Ring of Honor to new levels the same way he did AEW and Terrifier 3, which he's responsible for, according to Jericho.
God damn it. Yes, they do. Seriously, dude. No, like right now, they're doing in New Japan, they're doing Best of the Super Juniors tag team tournament. God damn it, man. With the tag teams that they've got in AEW, freaking do a freaking tag team tournament, man, for God's sake. Be fire, man. You got so many tag teams, so many good tag teams in AEW. Freaking drives me nuts.
And then you get to what you consider the worst match of the night, Statlander versus Camille.
The match itself wasn't bad. It was short. I don't have a problem with it being short. They were both doing power moves, which is fine. The finish was dog crap. It's dog crap. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, and there wasn't much fan interest from this match either.
No. Then they did that the backstage segment with the Bucks running and telling Christopher Daniels that they were going to work from home from now on. And then Brandon Cutler got beat up, which I'm like, nobody cares.
Nope.
Beating up Christopher Daniels was a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Which I understand what they're doing, and I know that I can't remember which one of the Bucks has a shoulder separation. That's one of the reasons they've been working with a shoulder separation. That's why they A, drop the belts, and B, they're taking some time off to get healed up so that they can come back for this storyline.
And then the final match of the night for Dynamite was Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin.
God damn, this match was good. This match was freaking awesome, man. And Shelton Benjamin, he ate the pin, but man, he looked like a damn monster this whole time. This was a match that really did elevate both of them.
Yes.
You know, it really did. And like Shelton Benjamin is still, he's one of the most legit guys out there. He could probably really actually kill 90% of the dudes on that friggin' roster. And I love that they're letting him letting him be him, man. And he's just freaking murking people.
And after with Lashley coming out and then security coming out, man,
them killing everybody on the security. Dude, that guy got freaking, jeez, man. Like, forget about getting bealed. That guy got picked up and chucked like a friggin' baby.
The first guy that got laid out by Benjamin, that was cool. But the guy who got thrown out through the ropes,
good Lord, dude,
through the ropes over the top, I can't remember. But the way he hit the ring apron and fell down.
Oh God, dude!
Oh my God!
As I said, that dude was channeling the Mulkey brothers when he landed, dude. Because he landed hard, like right on his tailbone too, man. Like right on the small of his back. It was like, God, everybody in that freaking crowd just went, ooh, like, oh God. Like that was bad, man. Like I guarantee you that dude went to the back and the friggin' the masseuse chiropractor back there was like, yeah, don't even say anything. Just lay down here. Let me work on you. Because they got. Yeah. And I loved it because that's exactly what should happen. The Hurt Syndicate. And I think they indicated that Ricochet might be joining them, which I'm 100% down with that, man. Let them come in there and just be a legit badass friggin' faction.
Yeah, because if you're going to do that, I mean, MVP, I don't see him much in the ring. But yeah, need a third member because people want to see Hurt Syndicate versus House of Black.
Yes. They want to see Hurt Syndicate versus House of Black. They want to see Hurt Syndicate versus the Elite. They want to see Hurt Syndicate versus everybody. And Hobbs is going after Bobby. Hobbs wouldn't be a bad choice for the Hurt Syndicate either. You know, I just hope that they don't put too many people in that faction. I think 4 people is perfect, including MVP. I guess you could go to 5, but I don't think you should. I don't think they should. But and honestly, dude, take Camille away from Monet and put her with the Hurt Syndicate and let MVP talk for her. You know, that'll work too. You think he's work? You think Hobbs is going to team with Swerve? That might happen. I don't have a problem with Swerve being under Nana. I mean, Hobbs being under Nana with Swerve, that'll work. That'll work fine. But Yeah, dude. The only thing about that, well, we talked about that, how the stage wasn't the normal stage because it wasn't the elevated stage, and that's because they shortened the number of seats in it. The entrance was pushed forward, so it was closer to the ground, and I think that's why they didn't have very much pyro. But I think with Bobby Lashley coming out, man, he needed some pyro. That was the one thing. I mean, he came out and he looked like a monster. Yeah. He looked like a badass, but he needed some pyro behind him. The next show that they go to, man, they better have that full stage, and he better get some fireworks.
And he was having fun with the crowd.
God, they were having a blast. Dude, they were having MVP, man. He was the most entertaining thing of the entire night. He really was, man. He was jawing with people, man, and he was strutting around, and he was having fun. You could tell that dude. They probably told him, and Tony Khan probably told him, as a dude, just go out there and do whatever you want. And he was having a blast, man. You could tell they were all having fun, all of them, man. Him, and when he interacted with Nana, it was awesome. But and then that one dude in the crowd, that was hilarious.
And we saw Jesus and the devil, and
there was a lot of people in costume.
Three Spider-Men were there, and
with the three different Spider-Man costumes.
The Hamburglar was there.
Yeah, the Hamburglar was there. There was a Pikachu. There was oh my God, there was a bunch of people. There was a bunch of people just as wrestlers. But yeah, Jesus and the devil were the best.
And Justin kept going on back and forth with talking about Jesus and the devil, because Jesus kept taking off to get something to drink.
Well, no, the devil kept running out to get.
Sorry, the devil kept running out.
Yeah, he kept coming back with drinks. He goes, "Are you trying to tempt God?" So it was a fun night, man. It was a fun night.
And even Rampage wasn't bad because they taped it afterwards. But Queen Aminata ripping off.
Oh God! You know, people
in a Gray's wig.
Hey, I'll give her credit, man. That wig got ripped off, and she just pulled her hair off and said, "Let's go." And that match was actually the best women's match of the entire night.
Yeah,
it was way better than the Statlander match. So, yeah, Rampage actually had some decent wrestling on it this week. But yeah, it was. But overall, man, I thought it was a fun show. It was a really fun show. They advanced some storylines. Hopefully, the indication that I'm getting is that Tony Khan, even though he said they weren't doing long-term booking anymore, he's going to do a little bit, because that's what it feels like they're doing with Moxley, with this whole BCC versus everybody thing. I still think that you need to get some some top card people in there. Because having the mid card come out there and get murdered, yeah, I mean, that's going to get old pretty quick. But little by little, it should be them slowly building up till their top guys come in and take them out. But yeah, it was a fun show. We got to go to a WWE show, man.
You were looking to see if they're coming.
I know there's nothing coming this way, and I'm not traveling 3 states over to watch friggin' Raw or SmackDown. So, but hey, guys, I think that's about it for us tonight. Appreciate everybody who's here. I know that it's election day here. I think right about now in some places like they'll start reporting in and everything like that. But yep, we will see you guys next week. Appreciate it here. Leg kick, Maldacito, everybody that was lurking, anybody that stopped that is going to watch later. Appreciate you guys. Hit like, subscribe if you haven't. Share it on your social media and leave us a comment and tell us what you guys would like us to talk about. If there's anything particular you want us to hit. And yeah, let's we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye.